in Chicago?
We probably do the outskirts of Chicago, do a rock and blues outside of the city itself. So cool thing about rock and blues is that they're indoor, outdoor, and to do that you need a lot of real estate, and real estate's expensive. So we tend to go to a lot of places, where we can get indoor, outdoor space. Because the great thing with rock and blues, the great thing with rock and blues is it's really indoor, outdoor. You can bring your kids, you can bring your pets. Food's awesome. So it's cool. It's a cool place to go. I like it.
Any plans on another solo?
Solo? I'm answering a question here. I know you're excited. I don't know. I mean, when I do a solo album, and I'm sure I will, it'll be much closer to my first album. I'd like to look to the end. It's more about let me push myself to my limits in terms of direction. So I tried to get away from what I'd done on the first album, and quite honestly, there's enough Kiss albums that sound like my first album for good reason. So I wanted to do something different, but the next album I would do would just be guitars and doing that. And in the meantime, I think we'll go in the studio and do another Kiss album. Next Kiss album wouldn't be anything like the last two. We've really covered that ground as far as I'm concerned, and I have no desire to do a concept album. I have no desire to do an album and go, who's that? But that being said, I want to do something sonically and instrument-wise that isn't quite like what we've done before. There have been some great bands out there who've done albums just doing something similar to what they did on other ones, but using different instruments, and that's really where I want to go. I mean, at this point, we have nothing to prove, and I want to do something that excites us. So that's kind of the plan right now.
Awesome.
Follow-up?
Yes.
Soul Station?
Soul Station. Soul Station, we have 4 shows in LA at the beginning of February, and we're actually doing a show in the Caymans in January. It's so great. Soul Station's amazing. 13 great musicians, 3 horn players, and everybody in that band either plays with Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, they were with Natalie Cole, Whitney Houston, Pink, Christina Aguilera, so John Mayer. It's really a who's who, and these people are amazing. So when we do these Motown, all we do is Motown and Philly soul, and that stuff is really some of the backbone of what I do. People are sometimes surprised, but my roots are very much in R&B and in Motown. When I was a kid, I saw Otis Redding, I saw John Lee Hooker, I saw Solomon Burke, I saw a lot of greats, Temptations. So I love having a band where I can get up and we can really do justice to those songs, because quite honestly, the people who play them now can't. So to be able to knock those things out of the park and not play the guitar. Matter of fact, Raphael, who's in Magnetico, Raphael's in Soul Station, and Eric's in Soul Station. It's just a killer band, and the problem with 13 pieces is it costs a lot of money to keep the band moving. And these are people who have expenses, and as much as they want to do it, there's a practical aspect. So there's a TV show in the works which would help offset expenses and make it possible for us to go out and play more. It's awesome to go out and play. Just killer.
Will you ever perform with Evan? Do you ever perform with Evan? Out of curiosity, it would be so amazing to see you both.
Evan's so good, and I respect what he's doing. So, the idea of imposing my playing on him, and honestly, he's much more diversified in terms of his playing ability than I am. So when we play together in the house, I wind up saying, look, I can do what I can do, you know. But I love seeing him and helping, and he's great because he's so receptive to my criticisms and my advice, and he just wants to learn. So he's a sponge, and he's great on stage. I mean, he's self-assured, and he's got great personality, and he's funny. It's terrific. It's terrific to see him. Plus, he's just the most awesome guy I know. He's my idol.